wonder Ebenezer Obey right there. Jawa is the song, and of course the voice of Simi. This is a remix of a song that we listened to so many years ago. You don't have to be a Yoruba man. You don't need to understand the lyrics for you to feel it, because the reading, when it touches you, you feel no pains at all, like Bob Marley will say. At this juncture, I'm handing over to the mayor of Kashgain City. This motor, now only him, Sabi drive, and the keys with him. So over to you.
You're not handing over anything to me. I just sharing. We are doing it together. So good afternoon all over the world. It's afternoon here in Nigeria. You're probably watching from the US or from Asia. So welcome to the Investors Corner Radio Edition. We are streaming live on YouTube, Sam Orija on YouTube. And we are live on 90.9 FM on radio. This is the radio edition. We've been having this kind of events in the boardroom, in the meeting rooms. But we decided that this particular end of the year, let us try and do something different and let people, millions of people, experience what we have been experiencing. And it's been a lineup of well-educated, well-experienced, practical experience teaching from several of our guests. We opened the floor with our patron, Dr. Lumide Emmanuel. We had Dr. Oloyede also join us. Tade Cash has been here. Last week, we had Dr. Sunday Olorishe. And today, I'm so excited. I'm very happy that we can pull this off. How we have not even had an event together is a mystery.
Yeah, but I want to ask you, Sam, before you do the intro.
Yes.
How do you manage to get these big people?
So for me, I think what helped me is service. I mean, they say the gift of a man makes way. It's not just gift in terms of your talent. Even gift in terms of gifts can make way for you. So I've been privileged to serve under many of them. Pastor Wisdom Ezekiel, who's our guest today, happens to be my mentor also. So, and I've known him for several years. I literally watched them grow a 100 naira business to multi-billion naira business. And it's a real inspiration, because once you see that people like this can do that, it gives you more energy to do that. So I'm really excited to welcome to the Investors Corner Radio Edition. And for the first time, we are doing an event together, first of many. My mentor and life coach, Wisdom Ezekiel. Welcome to the platform.
Dr. Wisdom Ezekiel.
Thank you. Everywhere I go, they dash me doctor.
Yeah, I see. I was in the spirit now.
Even though I've always been a nurse, practicing to be a doctor. But today, haven't met Godwin, who is a legendary. When you finish speaking on the mic, nobody should touch it. So, and for you to give me the doctor, I think after today I will add doctor to
Exactly. No one is taking it. And as you're going, that watch in your hand, I like this watch.
Actually, I know that you have other topics to talk about, so don't get distracted. Thank you very much, Sam, for having me. Thank you very much, Dr. Godwin. So if you give me doctor, I throw it back.
So, Sam?
Thank you very much. So, Sam, welcome. I've seen the things you have been doing. I wonder why you would have called me as the first person. So that I can say something.
Is your
I
schedule?
won't be copying from what other people have said.
Is your schedule, sir?
People have finished saying everything, and you now call me. So I'm wondering what I will say today, but God will help us. So what we'll do is that once you ask me a question, you play music, so you tell me the answer.
Last week I told you guys that you guys are going to laugh a lot. What did I like? I like listening to him, because many of you think that he's not serious.
You said so last
I'm not serious.
But seriously,
we know where serious people are. God, you know now.
Yes,
when you get there, you must be serious. So here we can't be serious.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I mean, the atmosphere has already been charged already. A lot of listeners are already eager. So we're going to go straight into it, because we don't have too much of time. Okay. Real estate is a very important sector in any country. I want to believe that any country that is serious about moving their economy forward, they also move real estate forward. So the topic has been Nigerian real estate. I don't even know if there's Nigerian real estate, but let's just say we have Nigerian real estate. Nigerian real estate, the challenges, the solutions, and the opportunities. We cannot provide solutions to challenges that we don't know. So that's one of the reasons why we start with challenges. Then try to provide solutions, and also now look at what are the opportunities around us here. But not just that, we've decided to divide them into the different stakeholders. So we have different stakeholders in the real estate industry in Nigeria. The government plays a key part. Private developers, investors, and realtors. And one of the reasons why I'm even happy that you're here is because at least you are not a government official, but You have played in the other three parts as a realtor, investor, developer, and you have had relations with people in the government. So let's start. Let's start from the part of the government. Why is real estate not working? What's the challenge? What's the challenge in Nigeria? Because I know that you're a well-traveled man. You have seen different cities in the world who are doing things good in real estate. What is our problem here?
Okay. Thank you very much, Sam. So you want to put me in trouble right now because the next thing I will ask you is if you want the truth and nothing but the truth, or you want us to package it. Uh-huh.
Let the truth be radio friendly.
Radio friendly. I like that one.
Yes,
because I've traveled quite a bit and I've had to relate with government officials in many countries.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the difference between most of those advanced countries, what made them, much more better than what we have here. Our government officials are very intelligent, some of them. There are many of them who you relate with and you can say, no, this one has some stuff. But I think that in most cases, we politicize most things. Everything is politics for us in Nigeria. And we don't allow, for instance, there is supposed to be politics, then governance. But even in governance, we bring politics into it. In this issue of real estate right now, what is happening in most scenario is politics. It's people politicizing everything, trying to have special interest. When you live in a country where you cannot predict what will happen, you can sleep and wake up, and just because somebody has a political interest, they have changed the policy. And you're wondering that this is not what you told us. And these are things that we have experienced many times, where that has even made us to have very collapsed kind of planning, where you are always planning at the edge because you don't even know what will happen the next minute. As we are talking now on radio, somebody might be listening to me who is a government official, and what I'm saying now can influence a policy. That this guy, let's go and look for where their estates are. So don't mention where my estate is. So that they can change some policies that can, to show you that next time you don't go on radio and talk things like that. So I feel that we should play politics when it's time for election. And after election, let's go back to governance. Let's govern well. Because at the end of the day, what legacy do we want to leave? So when you talk about real estate challenges, one of the major challenges I've come to realize is government influence and their politicizing of things, making everything look like we're still campaigning, making everything look like we're still trying to win election. There are a lot of things. Some of those things you said I should make it radio friendly. So I'm trying to be very radio friendly, but there are a lot of things that have happened. I belong to a particular tribe, and some of the things we have suffered in Lagos. You understand what I'm talking about? So just help me to be calm. But that's more like.
Should we remove the radio friendly?
No, we should remove the radio friendly. Let him. He knows. I mean, for a professional, he knows what to say and what not to say. So, But so the question is, what has made
real estate in Nigeria
real estate
difficult?
Look like rocket science.
Rocket science.
Okay, so we did a project, and in this particular project, when we started, we were trying to solve the problem of the government. What we're trying to do was to say that when we travel outside the country, you hear people say, I have a house, I have this and all of that. They don't get to pay all the money. Because real estate is capital intensive. You don't expect anybody to just bring in all the millions and buy houses, all right? It is something that the government structures a flexible way that people can, gain access to real estate. But having seen all of that outside the country, we came into the country and we said, for the first time in Nigeria, we're going to launch a housing scheme that will help people acquire houses, easy access, flexible payment plan, and make it also affordable.
Okay.
These are 3 things that we did. And we gave people 7 years to pay. Those houses were as low as 4.5 million, 5 million naira.
To pay
in
for
some
7
places,
years.
yes. That's what we did. And we started running it. But when we started running things like that, before you know it, you start hearing one policy. Tomorrow, one day, you hear one government official comes and they mark your building. The other day, you hear that they came to lock the gate. One of the days, you hear that your approval is not out, and a whole lot of things. It has been like that. So, and when you check some of these things, you will see that undertone, there is a political undertone. One of the things I will advise is that if the government wants this real estate sector in Nigeria to grow, they should remove the politics in real estate and go straight to professionalism. Let there be partnership between the government and the private sector. That is how they grow real estate. Most nations of the world has real estate at the base of their, of their economy. So if you look at most of the banks, if you remove real estate from those banks, they are dead.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because they have a lot of mortgage that has been, factored into those systems. So if there is a good collaboration, it's easier to, I can stay here and buy a house in America.
Yeah.
But to stay here and buy a house in Nigeria, you will need to send your brother, send your sister, send your auntie, do everything, and it's still not the same. If I buy a house now in America, within the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks, if you go online, you will see my name, you see how much I bought it, you will see all the details of the person who now owns the house. It's there because everything is transparent. But in this particular side of the world, we are not transparent. If you want to build a house now, you will not be able to even calculate what it will cost you to finish building the house.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that are against you. Number one, you don't know what it will take for you to get approval. You don't know. Until you submit your drawings and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Bring that to your
and
grandfather.
especially when you are designing to yourself. If you did not give it to the government official to design for you, if you give them to design, you less back and forth. But if you don't give them to design, you have to do back and forth. They will frustrate you to the point where you will not say, okay, you guys want to design it, go and design. So that's one. You don't even know all the agencies that exist. There are so many of them, and sometimes it's like they are in hiding. It's when you start your project that they just show up. And you can see somebody come and put sticker, we are refuse control. What does refuse control have to do with site? A site is supposed to be dirty somehow. Until we finish building, that's all. You say, no, you have to comply, and they will see your door. And these things are time plus resources.
Yeah.
You have paid people to work, but they have come to see, and those people that you have paid, they don't care.
And you probably
when you
raise
open
money.
the gate, we work. We are not the one. So if you want to build a house right now, you can't calculate. You can't even estimate and say, this is what it will cost me to build the house. That's one of the major things that has also affected developers. Developers are having it very hot right now because you don't even know how to estimate an amount of, the amount it will cost you to finish a particular building, because there are so many things that are attached to it. I would say that we should come up with policies that can help us run a transparent real estate sector in Nigeria that will give every one of us value, including the government. The thing is that sometimes the government doesn't know what they lose by not allowing those transparency and professionalism to, be on the upper hand. Because at the end of the day, we have value, but those value have been, have been belittled because of the kind of politics and all the things that will play with it. So right now, you have a plot of land. A plot of land is supposed to have documents.
Yeah.
You apply for documents, you wait forever. And while you are waiting forever, you need money. That plot of land is supposed to be able to get you a loan in the bank.
Yeah.
But you can't get the loan because your plot of land is not titled.
A document,
And
yeah.
when you get to the bank said, no, we can't accept this
Yeah.
until you get title. So you have value that can give you additional value, but you can't take advantage of it because of all these things. So
All you have said, Dr. Wisdom, is that government has to do the needful.
yeah,
All the bottlenecks created, bureaucratic bottlenecks,
Yes.
should be taken away.
Yes.
Like they came to assess my house. And in my head, I paid over ₦1 million to do drawing, blah, 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 everything. Then the next thing is assessment. Different people came. Then you see 1 year, this one is 300, almost 400,000. This one is 2.20 million. This one is this and that. And your money, you now start asking yourself, what's this? They now give me 5%. 5% of that thing is nothing. I still have to pay almost 4 million for doing what?
because you don't
The house
even
that
know
I
what to
built.
pay. Now, one of the things that Lagos state government has done, which I can give them kudos, but They did it to an extent. It's not extensive. Lagos State government created an online portal
Yeah.
where if you want to do any of such thing, you can go on the portal, put in all the things you need to put in. But my brother, when last did you visit that portal?
When they launched it.
When they launched it, has it been working?
I don't even know.
So, because at the time when it was launched, usually when we are doing all those approval thing, when you put it through one of the people that helps for approval, maybe a consultant or all of that, it can take a few weeks, a few months to get through to getting you to have a pre-approval to even start working. But when they introduced the portal, we almost got stuck.
Yeah.
That portal was supposed to be a transparent system
And a fast
that
one.
can help it work, and a fast one.
And that's how it's
also.
supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Instead of going to line up and
So-
looking for people.
And what I can tell you is that there are people who are there who knows that the portal will take away food from
Yeah.
them, so they will frustrate it.
Make sure it doesn't work.
They will make sure it doesn't work. So that's what happened. They frustrated that particular system, and I'm not even sure it's working right now. But if they can get it up to speed, we need leaders who can stand and say, "Look, this thing must work. No matter what it takes, it must work. Because if it works, it is for the benefit of every other person." And let me tell you something: the people who are even attacking those systems from working, they don't have a big picture mindset.
Yeah.
If you have a big picture mindset, you should know that when this thing works, I can leverage on it to do much, much more better. When somebody has a place where they are eating, sometimes they are blinded to other opportunities. You feel that this is the only way we can do things. And I can tell you that if they think very well, they will know that that portal can be a leverage for them to even earn much more than they were earning before the portal was built. So all these things are, let us come together. Private sector, government, let's have a collaboration. Let's have a center point where we meet and make decisions on how we can take our industry forward, because the real estate sector in Nigeria, we have not scratched it. If you have traveled quite a bit. You know that we have not scratched it at all. We are still in the infant level of real estate in Nigeria.
Maybe I should add quickly, because we're saying the same thing. How can we sit here in Nigeria, buy a house or a land outside of Nigeria, and we cannot do same right here in Nigeria? This is a specific question. How can we address this particular issue?
Well, I think what we are doing now, especially we developers, is trying to make that easy. Right now, we have built about 3 different platforms where you can be anywhere in the world and you buy your property, whether it's land, whether it's houses.
Okay.
We have done such platforms. But what I'm saying is that if you were to do it on your own without our platform, you will go through stress.
Okay.
So what we are doing, because I'm also somebody who believes that we can't leave everything to government. We have to step up, do what we can do, make it easy. When we started selling real estate, we used to use the word, there's no Manile Wahala, there's no government Wahala, there's no, all those there is no, it's not totally true.
You will not face it.
There is. What I'm saying that you are buying from me, you won't face it.
But
Leave
you will
me
to face
it.
You face it on their
So
behalf.
I'm facing it on their behalf. So the cry that I'm crying now is not the cry of you facing it. It's the cry of me facing it, because sometimes it can be overwhelming.
And the investors who are not educated investors
Yeah.
will not understand.
They won't understand. If you have any delay, everybody comes on you. Before you know it, they take you to EFCC. Before you know it, they take you to police. And they turn civil case to criminal case. And you're just like, what is all this? Before you know it, they jump on social media. Somebody even told me that there's somebody that is very popular now that they used to go and report people to. That they will go and report. I said, go and report now. Shebi will bring document, everybody will see. So, but what we are trying to do is to ensure that we are able to come together, build formidable platforms, make this thing transparent enough for people to take advantage of it. And we are trying our best in our own little way. But collaboration will really go a long way to help us achieve that feat.
So you've talked about the challenges from the part of the government. And one of the things, Dr. Lumide said that when he came here, the civil service is a problem. Because I mean,
problem.
if you are elected governor,
Even the people, even the civil servants, they know that they have people in the civil service that
there are problems.
major
Because if
problem.
you are elected governor, You will meet people there.
Yeah.
They are the ones that will show you.
You can
the
have
ropes.
good intention,
Sure,
and
but
they will not allow
bad
you to work.
execution through them.
Yeah.
Let's go to the angles of developers now. One of the major challenges, which I think you will speak about for developers, is financing and funding. But another challenge for me is the low barrier to entry in that field. Because anybody can just get a graphic designer
Yeah.
and sit down one place and just design a 3D and put it up on social media and say real estate developer. So from the part of the developer, what are the challenges that we are facing to make sure that it is serene, it is filled with more developers of integrity? And also, what are the challenges that developers, especially your company and other companies that you know, are facing that is not making it easy or making it work in Nigeria?
I think the number one problem we are facing is that we're not collaborating enough. I can tell you that many of the challenges that we face as individual companies, if we come together and have a platform where we have collaborated enough, we can push government to do a lot of things. We can make demands because, by the time you put in, I'm talking about well-established real estate companies, when you put in 10 well-established real estate companies, you are talking of over 200, 300 billion being put together, and that's a lot. For you to have that kind of investment in a state or in a country is a whole lot. So collaboration is one of the major things that we developers, we should stop competing and start collaborating. Collaboration is the new competition. If we can collaborate enough, we will kill all competition and all of us will have our own share of the cake or whatever it is. You understand? So collaboration is one major problem. I've discovered that even the consumers are not collaborating. When you ask consumers to come together for anything co-ownership, people are asking you questions. So who is the promoter? Who is going to get this? Who is going to get that?
Are they wrong in asking those questions?
They are not wrong, really. But we need to change our mindset.
Yeah.
My family kind of stays in Canada, and I kind of travel to Canada a whole lot, and I stayed there quite a bit. Now, I've come to realize that the Indian community in Canada are very strong. They are not very strong because Indians are very good or have integrity, so to say. They are very strong because they've decided to come together no matter what. Yeah. If you are the bad person, we will remove you from it and continue our agenda. But what I've seen in Nigeria is that once there's one bad person, everybody scatters. So we need to have that mindset that until we can come together, we cannot pool forces. Yeah. You can't do election in Canada today and not consider the Indians. You'll be joking. You cannot try it. You can't be making decisions and not consider the Indians. You'll be joking. Because they have infiltrated the entire system. So they know how to pull things through. They have people in power. So we need to have those kind of collaboration, whether it's in the part of the developers or in the part of even the consumers, the people who are using this thing. I did a mathematics one time, and I was in a seminar when I said this. I said that if we collaborate, if I have 100,000 people who are willing to come into an investment, real estate investment, where they will be doing 100,000 naira monthly, we will be raising 10 billion naira monthly. 10 billion naira monthly towards real estate investment. And in a year, that's 120 billion naira.
That's
if
massive.
we do that for a decade, that's 10 years, we'll have 1.2 trillion in real estate investment, and we can do huge projects. The kind of projects we don't do in Nigeria here. When you go to Dubai, go to some advanced country, you will see huge projects, projects that are edifice, that people travel to go and just see, take a look. But because we are not collaborating, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Wisdom Ezekiel, still in our studio right here. And remember, it's always a big Friday edition. And now, something, in all that you have spoken, I haven't heard something about the less privileged, in quote. The poor man. Real estate practitioners, you. What are you doing? Not the government housing for 5,000 a year, 30, 32. No, that's not what we're talking about. What can you do for the layman, that man whose salary is 20,000, 30,000 in a month, does he have a future with you people?
Well, the person has a future, but the future may not be to buy some of the properties that we're talking about now. The future will be starting with investment, having real estate funds that you have access to. If I cannot build a house, I can't build one flat, can I join together with someone, with 3, 4, 5 people, and we can collaborate to build a flat? And together we can own it. Because real estate is capital intensive. If you are earning 30,000, earning 40,000, 100,000, it might not be with the
It's
cost
not
of things
might,
now.
it will not.
It will not. All right. But there's a way you can build your capital when we come together. Look at what I was saying. When we come together in that kind of system and we're able to build huge capital, we're able to invest this capital into real estate. And you know, real estate in Nigeria, one of the places where Nigeria is one of the best places where you can do real estate in terms of capital appreciation. All right. Now, with the way it appreciates, you can tell that if you put in that kind of fund over a period of time, you'll be able to afford what you have been looking for because you have built the fund. Because if we say we want to focus, because what we did also was for the poor. But funny enough, you get to discover that it's still not the poor that gets to buy it.
Yeah.
We designed it that with 50,000 naira monthly, you can own
The
your
rich
house.
will buy 10 units.
Yeah, but the
rich will buy everything.
Yes. Bought 10 units, bought 1 block. And even when you put restriction, they will use their brother's name to buy, use their sister's name to buy it at the end of the day.
Because they are the ones that see opportunity in it.
Yes.
You see, we open up new locations, Godwin. Poor people will say it's too far. Rich people are the ones buying
say,
the house.
I know where I want to live. I don't want to live in the bush.
Do I want to live in Ogbomoso? But we bought acres of land there.
Yeah.
There are some places where you just buy to keep. Godwin, one of the answers to your question too is many of them at that particular level need to see real estate as a tool to make money through sales.
Yeah. Because
that's
one of the things I say to people is that whenever you are expecting an opportunity, understand how opportunity shows up. In most cases, opportunities don't show up as opportunities. Once opportunity shows up as opportunity, it has expired.
Yeah,
people have taken advantage of it. Learn to see opportunity when it is not seen as an opportunity. When we're buying land in some of the Mowe and the rest of them, all those Ibejuleki land that everybody refused to buy. When we're buying those things, positioning ourselves strategically, some of the people that we took to site, I remember one of my cousin who was living here in Lagos then. I took her to site in Ibejuleki. We're on our way, going and going. We got to a point we had not even gotten to halfway the place. He said, "Where are you taking me? You want to kidnap me? Oh yeah, let's go back." That place now, if I take her to go and see that place today, she will be crying. Because she doesn't have foresight. So I think that one of the things we can do for people who are also on the low cadre is to educate them.
Yeah.
Investment education, real estate investment education.
Yeah.
To let them know that this is a tool for wealth building.
Yeah.
The rich have used it to build a lot of wealth. If the poor has discipline enough to have some little savings, little investment here and there in real estate, they would be able to do the same. I have tried different kind of investment in the world, but I have never had anyone that is as rewarding as the real estate sector. It is very rewarding, especially in Nigeria. So when it comes to housing for the poor, the only people that can really still pull it through is government.
Yeah.
If private sector is to pull it through, there has to be a collaboration with either government or
development fund or something.
You have just answered my question
Yeah.
now. For housing for the less privileged in our country, Nigeria, it has to be collaboration. And that collaboration should and must be driven by government.
Yeah.
Then
must
the
be
private
initiated
sector.
by government,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
driven by private
sector. Okay.
Yes, because
initiated.
governments don't know how to drive most things.
Yes.
After some time, it becomes,
They know they do marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always
Imagine
sprint.
that every government continued what Jakonde did.
Yeah.
By
now.
today, we will not have issues about housing in Lagos.
Yeah.
Jakonde was everywhere.
The foresight was
Look
everywhere.
Look at those houses. They are still
They are
there.
still there.
Strong houses.
Strong.
Yeah. Awesome houses.
Yeah.
Built affordable and all of that.
And turn it to estates. They were not just just standing alone.
Yeah.
You know, those are, I'm talking about funds. I hope we get there. But the funds are there, honestly, for government.
There's money.
When they keep, yes, I tell
Godwin.
people every time, there's money.
Godwin, there's money. A white man came to this country many years ago, and he was shouting. When he got back, he was saying, he said, I just went to the richest country in the world. He was referring to Nigeria. He said, Nigeria is so rich that you can literally pick money on the ground. He said, but Nigerians are so blind, they can't see the money. I travel quite a lot. When I'm coming back to this country, I see the number of white people in business class. And I'm wondering, what are you coming to do?
Yeah.
When I'm traveling out, I see a lot of Nigerians fill the air, everybody. Some people, you see them at the airport. Motija, I don't go. This country no go see me again. But so, where you are running away from, some people are running into it because they can see a lot of opportunity. Our population is huge opportunity.
Yeah.
So someone was advising me a few days ago. He said, God, in that country, Nigeria, please, there's no business in that country. Oh. You better, well, maybe because you cannot live now. Make sure your children live. Oh, they must live. He was telling me, and I said to him that I don't reason the way you are reasoning. I see opportunities per second.
There is opportunity.
But there's a talent that God has given to everybody.
If you have eyes, you will see
talent. You will see them. I posted something on social media today. I said in life, learn to ask for help when you have reached the brick wall.
Yeah.
There are people who beg when they're not supposed to beg. They beg for what they don't even need. But there are opportunities in front. I'll give you an example. I'm sorry, I have to say this. I don't know her from Adam. I do that a lot when the Spirit says do it. I don't just do it unless I'm directed. She said she needed blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, fine. What can you do? Said she can start with noodles and all the rest, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, tell me how much. I don't know. The Spirit just said do it. I set her up. They said she's married. I didn't know the husband. I didn't talk to the husband. If years down the road, not years, months down the road, she won't let me rest. We have not eaten since morning. I'm like, I don't understand. Do you know the thousands? If I open my phone and I show you now, because they believe I'm a millionaire or a billionaire.
We know you
They keep coming and coming and coming and
You are a
coming.
billionaire.
And it's disheartening that some of them will never reason that you don't have it to give to them.
Or you have a lot of people taking
Because a million now. I said, before you ask me in the morning, someone asked me at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So, you see, in our country, we have not been able to differentiate between sympathy and empathy.
Yeah.
People are looking for sympathy. What you did for that woman was an empathetic,
yes.
gesture to say, start a business. But what she's looking for is sympathy. Give me food. Not teach me how to get food.
Because some of them, if you teach them how to fish, they will not learn it.
They
don't know how to fish.
They don't want to learn how to fish.
fish.
They want you to go and fish.
I always sit
and
down
come and
here
give it to them.
and I say, I haven't bought a gin that is more than 3,500.
But now you can't buy it though.
No, I was there.
There's no 3,500.
No longer.
The last time we went to buy, Farah is my witness, it's now 10,000.
Yeah.
I bought it. But I also have friends who don't have what I have, and they're buying jeans for 400,000.
Yeah.
Where would I go and buy a jeans for 400,000?
It's just $400.
You understand?
Say
It's just
400,000. Say
$400.
$400.
And you just, okay, wristwatch. I will not do it. You know, if they dash me, I'll collect it. Yeah. But for me, I've never bought a phone. Thank you, Dr. Lukoya. He gives me phones all the time. So there are ways you can. But if I don't have it, I talked about the biggest of the biggest. Doctor is here now. Let him to bring out his phone. He might have one fancy phone that he keeps somewhere or something. They don't go for the phones, those things that we look for, ostentatious things. You are planning for a vacation with your family. You don't have money. You are borrowing money.
Must you go for the vacation?
Your child dedication. Before I had my children, I said I don't do all those dedication, not those things. I'm not interested. My sister said, wait until children start coming. So when my first child came, Emmanuel, she said they are coming from Benin. They are coming for the. I said, which my child? I didn't a grain of rice. I didn't put it anywhere. Before God.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Absolutely. We went to church. They just prayed for us, and we went back home. I also have a friend who closed the road because he had a child.
And he will borrow money.
They were
to do
using
that.
their money.
And he will borrow money to do that.
You hear issues like life is there's one life to live. Enjoy it.
Enjoy
You don't
it.
have the money.
You are enjoying what you don't have.
You are
You are going to enjoy.
Yes, living above your means.
you know, many of us don't understand some of these things. So there's difference between wedding and wedding ceremony. There's difference between naming and naming ceremony.
Yes.
There is difference between burial and burial ceremony. So when somebody wants to get married, is either you decide to do the wedding and leave the ceremony, or you decide to do the naming and leave the ceremony. You can do the naming.
Dr. Wisdom, let me tell you, as I am,
my
wife and I did not do any white wedding to this minute.
What is white wedding?
Where
did we get it from?
Go and waste money. I said, I don't have that kind of money
Where
to
did
waste.
we get it from?
Up to this minute, we didn't do it. We went, we did the court, we did the traditional. The church thing was done in my in-laws' house.
Have you had
Simple.
Have you had Oyibo people doing traditional wedding or black wedding? To say, okay, we are finished getting married, the white wedding. Let's now go and do the black one.
The kids around me, I always tell them when I get married. Let me tell you about my secretary.
You know me, I used wisdom in that when I wanted to do, because when they insisted that they needed white wedding, so I did the white and the black on the same day, the same venue,
Yes.
the same rice,
Yes.
the same everything.
There's
that
no
you
share,
eat.
yes.
There's
Everything once.
do everything once, and we are done.
You know what I was saying is this thing that it's just easy. It's because we're on the same page here. They say, I beg.
They will argue with
They
you.
will argue with you.
They will argue
I
with
told
you.
my kids.
Some of the people who are in this studio will argue with you.
Even in this studio,
They are looking at you, say, lie. I will not do white wedding. No.
He knows you can't try that.
My kids, I told them, I can be aware. I told them long ago, many years ago, none of you will go to a private university. I said, if that is in your head, you better go and learn mechanic or something. Eventually, they were discussing in the car. I think I can be and co. I wasn't there. They asked him, my son not told that the dad said long ago that he has to go to private. My son is in Unilag. It's not that I cannot do an affair, Babalola, or whatever. But that is what I want to do. Someone just said that thing is wrong, that the child will stay 8 years in university. I said if he's 10 years, he will stay. It is not about to finish first. There are people who finished university 10 years ago, they are still at home. No job at all. Say, my child will go to strike or whatever they want to do in that university, and they will come out. I don't want to pay school fees. My heart will be beating.
Yeah, because you are doing it at your level,
Yeah,
what
just
you can
simple,
afford.
What I can afford. Even,
You
I
know,
pray that we have people around
If
that
you
will
can
do
afford
things like
better,
that.
you will give them better. Really?
Yeah.
You know.
I always say that I'm not talking to those who can afford it. I'm talking to those who cannot afford it
And they go
want to
through
do it.
the
I
eyes
want
of
to
the
buy shoe. My pastor, my youth pastor then, many years ago, I was going to receive an award in Calabar. So went to a marina and he said we should buy the shoe, 120,000. I said no, I can't buy. They say, God go do you bigger than this, blah blah blah. I said, sorry, me I not go take shame buy this thing. He go pay me. Even my wife said will skin me alive. I just remember my wife. I said my wife will not agree. So I left. The man took my number. When my pastors had got Pastor David and Pastor, the guy now called me, said I should come back. You know how much I bought that shoe?
How much?
30,000.
From 120. Godwin, all you have been saying here, these are mentalities and attitude
It has to change.
of Nigerian investors. And that's one of the reasons why this particular program is very important. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll try to profess solutions.
Yeah.
And let's see if people will listen and take action.
Sopumi is here, Fine Boy is here, evidence is the cuckoo. Evidence is. So we're going to talk to people who have been part of the Kony Estate family. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show. Your name?
My name is Sunday Tyrone.
Mr. Sunday, see, you don't have to sugarcoat it all. Tell us what you saw, what you felt, and what you think should happen going further.
Yeah, I was there on Saturday. The Uber I took, I had to call the guy, come and see this thing. I've been following
Wow.
it for a while, come and see.
Wow.
I saw the place, the foundation is solid. So looking around the environment, I saw that this one is distinct Unlike all those other buildings that was slanting, I know what I saw. We went to the third floor, we looked around. Fortunately, Sam called when we were there. The person I took there asked several questions, so Sam was able to explain those questions. It's real. I mean, it's an evidence. I was there for the first time. The guy I took there was there for the first time. Hearing from Sam himself, I was happy as well because I know this is legit.
All right, you've already won a so into real estate. I'm sure they have something for you at the end of the year. I'm just kidding. All right, thank you very much.
The fact that people can see what we are showing, it's a great one.
Before we went, we heard the lamentations of how many Nigerians prioritize liabilities instead of assets. You know, that's just the lifestyle of many Nigerians, and that's really been a problem. But let's see if we can provide solutions. We've talked about a few problems affecting the Nigerian real estate industry.
I would have said, okay, let's allow doctor rest a little while. We are supposed to take some calls.
Yes, we have a segment for that.
It's almost 2 o'clock.
We'll get to that. Let's first.
You're gonna run. Okay.
Let's first provide solutions.
I can be. We have to find a way. You know. Okay, doctor.
Let's provide solutions.
It's
Doctor,
our special person, so no problem. Let's go.
Doctor, what do you say? What can we do to start doing? Where can we start from? Because I was talking to a few people during our Zoom sessions, our investor Zoom session. I told them that the problem is like a ball. It's round. You don't even know where to start from. I think it's like a bell that you have the starting point, the ending point. Dr. Sunday mentioned database, the problem of database, many things. Dr. came here, mentioned problems. Where are we going to start from? Because as where I'm looking, I don't think that there's any there are solutions, but I don't think that there's headway.
What God cannot do. Does not exist. So we'll start with prayer. I think that the first thing that we need to do is to begin to continue to do what we're doing, which is reorientating people.
Okay.
Because if we get it right individually, we will start getting it right as a nation. I am not one of those people that abdicates all responsibilities to government. I take personal responsibility.
Yeah.
The thing is that whether government has done what they need to do or not, some of us have, had one or two, success in our life that we can look back and say if we took step. The thing is that Nigeria is built in such a way that if you take step, they will aid you. If you don't take step, they will lay you. So you have to keep taking steps. Yes, there might be difficult situations here and there, but you have to keep taking steps. So many of us who have given ourselves to, financial education, investment systems, and all of that, I think we even do more. We need to also encourage the very genuine ones and ensure that they are doing what they need to do, because there are many people today that have not done what they need to do because they don't even know. Some people are listening to me right now. They are having a different mindset now. So we can actually do this. We can actually become responsible to ourselves. I have said it time and time again that your employer will never employ you to make you rich. It is your personal responsibility to become wealthy. Because so that we don't live here and think that everything we now want to do, government is the one that will do it for us. Government didn't build Pertinence Group. Government didn't build PettySafe. Government didn't build RealVest. We built those companies. Yes, it wasn't easy, but we gave it what it takes. And today, we have an appreciable organization. Why? We took personal responsibility. So the first place is getting to teach people how to take personal responsibility. Number two is to let people know that, see, inside success, there is failure. Don't always say that something is wrong. You will not be a part of it. Or something is difficult, then you run away from it. Inside success, there is failure. I can't tell you, I can just count a little of the success that I've had, but I can't count the number of failures I've had.
But the success covers it up.
Yes, when you succeed, your success swallows your failure.
Do you know that some people don't want to apply for visa because they don't want their testimony of
they rejected me.
10 application, 10 visa.
10 visa.
What kind of nonsense?
No. If you don't try, you can never thrive.
Yeah.
if you don't try, you can never thrive. Even if you invest in real estate and you lose money,
Yeah.
you have paid school fees.
Yeah.
What did you learn from it? Repeat it again. Because that's where there's treasure. You can't enter a strong man's house and take away the treasure of the strong man if you
Impossible.
don't bind the strong man. So that is how we need to see things as individuals, as Nigerians. And I'm speaking to individuals now. I'm not speaking generally. I'm speaking to the person who is listening to me right now to say that your solution is in you taking that decision to say, I want to do this. Even if I fail doing it, I will do it again and again because it's a way to move. Look at Femi Otedola. When I read his story or watched his interview on how he fell, from grace to grass,
Yeah, 08.
And today he's back on his feet. That is the kind of tenacity that we must have as people. And you must come to the point where you realize that you owe yourself that particular, adventure. Enter the real estate sector. You can enter as a practitioner, as a developer, as a realtor, as an investor, as whatever you want to enter, get into it. There is no rich man today or rich woman today in the world that does not have an appreciable number of real estate in their portfolio. None. You can't. They asked McDonald's one time that what is McDonald's business? He said people think we sell burger, but we're into real estate. What we do is real estate because they will own the building, put burger there. You are coming to buy. They are doing other things in the building. Their net asset value is that real estate.
Yeah.
Today, our company is strong not just because of our turnover. It's because of our asset base.
Yeah.
We have sometimes when we are doing anything that people are saying, how do we trust your company? I say, let me show you our assets.
Yes.
By the time I show you our assets, you will understand that even if anything goes wrong, I can liquidate some of these assets and pay you your money. So you have to look at that. And this aspect of collaboration is also a major one. We must divorce our mind from the fact that we cannot collaborate. One of the things I feel that some of us should be doing now is to make that collaboration seamless. We have started championing that in Canada now to see how we can build platforms, to see how we can do things that can help us collaborate. A number of Nigerians have come into that system, and we're seeing how we can promote it. It won't be easy to promote things like that, but we'll promote it to the point where
Especially from on all angles, government, public, private collaboration. Developers need to collaborate. I go to Ofada, I go to different places. I see projects lined up, different estate companies. Almost all of them are uncompleted. If we had come together, we probably would have gone far in that particular. So let's think in that
it
direction.
wasn't government that opened Lekki. It was developers.
Yeah, developers that opened it.
It wasn't government that opened Ibeju Lekki. It was developers.
Yeah.
and we can see how the magic of coming together, what it can do.
Yeah.
That when we come together, invade a particular location,
yeah.
we'll put attention, we'll draw attention to that particular
Open up
location.
that area.
Open up the area.
Yeah.
Dr. Lumide Emmanuel is doing something now in Conclave City. Now bringing all the Conclave members to come and do a 5,000 acres of development.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's part of what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Coming together, doing massive development, and we can have better value than what we are having doing. You are doing 5 hectares here, doing 2 hectares here. And you are saying these days now somebody can just have 2 hectares and put signboard and say estate.
Yes, now.
And
they will say 5,000 hectares.
And
they will oversubscribe. So I mean, these are some of the solutions that we can prefer. You can go back to all episodes and listen to much more. Hopefully, the right people are listening to this program so that we can start taking action. Like Dr. Wisdom said, you can plan. Planning is good. But planning without execution is a dream. You can execute without planning. Execution is good, but executing without a plan is a nightmare. That's what we are experiencing in Nigeria. So we need to plan and execute. When we come back from this short break, we'll try and see if there are opportunities even in this disturbed environment. After the show.
Well, I'm actually an advocate of people enjoying their lives and their money. What I'm more particular about is that they make it sustainable, consistent, and permanent. Right, this holiday period is a perfect opportunity for you to enjoy yourself with family and friends as you gather around that pot of chicken, glasses of juice, discuss with your family members and your loved ones how you can make that enjoyment permanent. And that's why the Real Estate Expo that happens every last Friday of every year presents you the opportunity to buy assets that can make it sustainable. Lands, apartments, houses at the best of discounts and bonuses. 15 major real estate companies, 15 hours of solid sale on the last Friday of the year. Real Estate Expo 2024, the biggest Black Friday, is going to be a day of enjoyment for you and your loved ones. All you have to do is to register by following the instructions on the screen. I'll see you at the expo. Well, I'm actually an advocate of people enjoying their lives and their money. What I'm more particular about is that they make it sustainable, consistent, and permanent. Right, this holiday period is a perfect opportunity for you to enjoy yourself with family and friends as you gather around that pot of chicken, glasses of juice, discuss with your family members and your loved ones how you can make that enjoyment permanent. And that's why the Real Estate Expo that happens every last Friday of every year presents you the opportunity to buy assets that can make it sustainable. Lands, apartments, houses at the best of discounts and bonuses. 15 major real estate companies, 15 hours of solid sale on the last Friday of the year.
You guys can see that real estate is serious business, and any serious country must take it seriously. And hopefully we can do that in Nigeria. Now, opportunities. So there are a lot of problems in this country. So should anybody still
We don't have problems, we have challenges.
Okay, challenges.
Well, that's a good way to see it.
There are a lot of challenges in Nigeria.
Okay.
So people that are listening to us, especially Nigerians that are abroad, one of our musicians said something which is true actually, but does that mean that
They will drag you on social media.
let's always say the truth? It's true. What he said was true. but maybe incomplete. It was not incorrect, maybe it was incomplete. Right? So should people look back and think of investing in Nigerian real estate? And if they should, what are the opportunities that you think they can?
If you are not investing in Nigerian real estate, you will regret it. It's a fact. Especially if you are a Nigerian. I don't know whether I should say this. My daughter is an American citizen. In the American passport, it's written there, she's an American citizen born of a Nigerian parent. What are they trying to tell you?
You are still Nigerian.
That you are still in Nigeria. So many of the people who think that they have jackpot, they have gone out, and they are not doing any investments here, may we not have something that will make everybody go back to their country?
Yeah. So what happened
Something
in the UK?
like that can happen. Who felt that COVID-19 could silence the entire world the way it did? So imagine that kind of thing happen and they say everybody return back to your country. What will you return back to? Imagine you commit a crime there unknowingly because you may even be innocent, but they robbed you in and they say go back to your country. What will you fall back to after all the many years you have spent abroad? So I will feel that if you are in the diaspora and you are not taking advantage of the real estate market, real estate opportunity in Nigeria, you will regret it. Mark my word. Go and write it down somewhere.
Yeah, some are already regretting.
Yeah, because I have my other sister who is in the US, and I was on her neck. You know what I did for her? I went and I gave her a land. The land was worth maybe, as at that time, the land was worth about maybe 10 million. I said, don't worry, pay 3 million naira. It's more like a dash, just to make her feel that she said she doesn't have the money. I said, no problem. I took my own money. I went to do foundation on that land for her. Today, that's the house that she's building. Imagine I didn't do that. And she has spent almost 10 years in the US.
Wow.
So what I'm saying in essence is that you can't afford to have that kind of financial power, because the buying power now is in diaspora.
In their hands, yeah.
And you are not taking advantage, because we are coming back. This country is either the government wake up or we will wake up.
Yeah.
One way or the other, Nigeria will get better.
Yeah.
So when it now gets better, you all these things that you refuse to take advantage of, you will pay times 10 to take advantage of it. And the thing is that it's progressive. This real estate market is progressive. Look at when we started in Lekki, Lekki phase 1, Lekki phase 2. We have gone to Aja. Now even Ekpe is Lekki.
Yeah.
Somebody who lives in Ekpe will tell you they live in Lekki.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's where we have extended Lekki to. That's the kind of
Lekki phase 4.
opportunity that is there. We started selling one of the estates in Ekpe, and we're selling for 4 or 5 million naira. As we speak now, those land will be going for as much as 10, 15 million naira very soon.
Yeah.
Because of what
some
the
of
government
them
is
some
doing.
of them were at the expo when we first launched this expo 2022.
That's
I
why they
remember.
need to align with this expo.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know about you is that you do due diligence on all the companies that you deal with. You don't deal with fraudsters. You don't deal with people who are not straightforward. Anybody that you deal with, if they have challenge, you know that they will be there to solve the challenges.
Yeah.
So that's why people should take advantage of the expo, because you usually will come and ask for necessary discount. Asking us.
Are you hearing that?
Discount. Something that
It's not
let's make
discountable.
money. Say discount. So people should take advantage of that expo, because if you come to us, we will not sell to you at that price.
Correct.
So I just telling you, we can't sell to you at that price. We're only selling it because of Sam, and he knows how to pour water on the ground. He will come and dash me something. And by the time he now presents something, I can't say no. So you need to take advantage of what he's bringing, because you can't get it from us directly. That is a fact. If you come to me, I won't sell to you at that price.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, Godwin, we are going to wrap up now. So you guys have heard Dr. Wisdom
Sorry, there's
Ezekiel.
something I said I was going to say here, just to make people pay attention to real estate. My mom told me many years ago what her father told her, which is my grandfather. My grandfather said to my mom that if you don't have a land, you don't have a name. He said because those days in the village, they used to describe where you live by the name of the owner. So they say, go to the house of Mr. So-so and so, Mazi, so-so and so. So that if you don't have a house, you don't have a land, how would they describe where you are living? They will be using somebody else's name to describe where you are living. So you don't have a name. Somebody should hear that today and make a decision to buy land today.
Yeah.
That if you don't have a plot of land, you don't have a house, you don't have a name. They cannot describe it. They use people to name streets.
Yeah.
How many have they used your name to name?
So ask your neighbor that is listening to you, when is your naming ceremony? When are they going to name you?
You know, in Lagos we live in, the best thing, the most important thing that you have, apart from your life, is having your own house.
Yeah.
No matter where it is.
You see, we Christians will say the earth is the Lord's and the fullness
Fullness
thereof,
yes.
and that wherever the sole of our feet shall tread, we take as a possession. Go and take it. Let the owners come and ask you that who gave you authority to take it. You take it by buying it.
Yes.
You take it by selling, making commission and buying. You take it by aligning with companies like yours to take advantage of discount offers. That's how we take it.
We had the captain of MFM Football Club, Nelson Kennedy, a few years ago. I was paying him 200,000. He built a house in Ikorodu.
Yeah.
So it's not about how much you are earning.
No.
Sometimes it's about discipline. It's about
when we
focus.
started all this very far development kind of estate that we're doing. Aton, Lemomo, Ofada, and all of that. There was a day we were taking people to site, and we're going. I was wondering, how am I going to convince these customers to buy house here or to buy land here, and all of that, because it was looking very bushy. We just cleared, put signboard, those early days. All of a sudden, I saw something that gave me more like the explanation of what I was going to say. I saw a guy who built a 3-bedroom flat on foundation and finished 1 room.
Yeah.
So when I got to the site, I said, that guy that did 3-bedroom flat on foundation and finished 1 room,
staying in
when they call for landlord meeting, will he show up or not?
He will show up.
He will show up. He's a landlord.
Yeah.
A landlord of 1 room is a landlord. A tenant of a duplex is still a tenant. If they call landlord meeting, he dare not show up. They will drive him back.
Yeah.
There are many people today who are tenants living in houses where they are paying millions of naira and they don't have anybody paying them anything. It's not bad to be a tenant. In some countries where I stay, I am a tenant because I don't want to stay there for long, so I don't want to buy anything there, or because I've not made up my mind to buy. But as I'm paying you as a tenant, I have tenants who are paying me.
Yeah. I met some guys in Ghana. There are 4 of them. They are tech people. They work in the bank, Nigerian bank over there. One of the things that they do is they co-own properties.
Yeah.
So when we were in the hotel, the guy was asking me where do I stay. At that time, I had my house in Lekki, a terrace duplex, 3-bedroom. But one thing I did with that house is that anytime I put it on short let. So once my house is booked, let's say they pay me 250K, I can take 50K and go and sleep inside hotel. So you see me sleep inside hotel, I think I'm wasting money. Don't say
exactly that kind of thing happened. I was in the US 2 months ago. I went to visit one of our mentees, the guy that was just coming up. I already bought the 2 houses. He's buying the 3rd one. And I said, I want to come and see your house. So he said, I'm not at home now because I have to go and sleep in the other house because the house where I'm staying, somebody has booked it for Airbnb.
Yeah.
He said, so I want to go and stay in the smaller house because the bigger house has been booked. I said, what if they book the smaller house? He said, I'll go and sleep in a hotel.
Yes, now.
Or I'll come and attach to one of our friends here and sleep in his house.
See, as an individual that listens to the Investment Police, listens to Top Radio or myself or Wisdom Music, any platform, you must be thinking assets. I saw a tweet, sir, yesterday.
The poor think liability.
Yeah.
The rich think assets.
I saw a tweet yesterday and I said it during our Zoom meeting in the night. This lady tweeted something that Valentine that is next year. We have not even done Christmas. Valentine that is next year is on a weekend, is on a Friday. She was already planning vacation trip.
Bad Valentine.
All she planned was expenses. But I have my personal assistant, who is into surprises. She has seen that the stuff is in February. She's already planning how to sell. So now you as a man, which kind of person do you want to put in your house? The one that is thinking of how to waste your money.
Like Dr. Limde's mother would say, is he a wife
or a knife? And she tweeted over how many thousand impressions. People were just commenting, but none of them commented that this is a very, very nonsense talk. So we need to start changing the first house that I built. I was in my father's house when I built the house. I was 20 years old. Many of my friends were renting house on the island, teaching it to be lady worthy, teaching it to be very. That house today is.
What's lady worthy?
You are past that level.
You
have resigned.
I've resigned. That house today, Godwin, that house today is giving me like 950,000 on a yearly basis. The first house doesn't have to be your last house.
Yeah.
It was in a location where it's not admirable. I was literally having more than my leg to go to sites. Today they have done the road. That's Ayobo.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
Anytime I travel, my car is on rent.
Are you seeing? We rented.
I make money from my car.
We rented a
this
Prado.
year alone, I've made over 10 million.
Wow. We rented a Prado, sir, to go to site interstate.
Yeah.
I know how much we paid.
Yeah. This year alone,
I don't know. I will have to collect your car.
Yeah, it's available for rent. Why would I drive in a big car, park it, and travel for 3 months?
And it's just there.
What nonsense? But I don't have that kind of money yet anyway.
No.
Maybe when I have money like $10 or like Dangote,
and he's a billionaire. But forget the fact that I say he doesn't have the money. He's a billionaire. Now imagine people that are not billionaires who are thinking that
one day we were in a hotel. They were having all this their club ladies night and all of that. So we were passing myself and Dr. Lawrence, And I say, this lady's nice. Look at all the cars that are parked here. These guys who, he say, which are the cars? That you don't know that maybe that this is where they used to bring your car. So somebody will come and rent my car. Go and do ladies nice.
Yes.
And but you go and do it.
They are the ones that afford it.
Yeah.
Because they are the wasters that afford it. So
God,
please,
there's
at
too
this
much
particular
waste in this country.
then.
At this particular expo, as we round up the year, who are you going to be? Are you going to be like Dotsun, who is going to pay people's beach houses to have fun? Or you're going to be like Femi, who is going to co-own a beach house so that they can pay him next year during the holidays? The expo brings you land that you can buy to keep. There are some lands that you buy for keeping purpose, land banking, because it's better to
Not
save your
cash
money.
banking.
Yeah. Land that you can buy and rent out. Many of you don't know you can rent your land and be making cash flow. Land that you can buy with a resale price.
And now that we're talking about farming, land that you can buy and farm.
Land that you can buy to resell. So apartments will be on sale too. Dotun's company.
Sam,
Roland.
time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roland is coming with shops. Other companies are coming. There's beach houses on sale. There's apartments that you can own and co-own. There are houses, bungalow in different states. Over 15 real estate companies. Pertinence Group will be on display also that day. 15 hours of sale.
Huge discount.
Huge discount. You can hear it from
You
the
cannot give when you come.
So if
I'm
you want,
hungry.
if you want to be a part of this and don't want to miss any of this, so just take your phone now, right, and go to WhatsApp or SMS and text your name and Rexpo, REXPO, to this WhatsApp number. You are texting from abroad, +234 8052682323. The number again is 08052682323. Send your name and Rexpo. There are two kinds of registration: free, which is a premium. You get access to all the huge discounts and bonuses and offers. The paid one is 100,000. The 100,000 is not a form fee. You are still going to use it to buy something at the expo. We will now give you extra 50K on top of it. That's, you have 150,000 naira expo voucher. That's the first benefit. Second benefit is that you'll be getting better deals than the free guys at the expo. So where the paid are getting 40% discount, the free one probably getting 30%. Then the third one is that you'll be having access to a mortgage facility under single-digit interest rate. So if you want to be a part of this, send your name and Rexpo to 080-5268-2323. I will also be having a meeting with everybody on Zoom tonight. We meet on Zoom Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays after the show, just to give us more information. So join me again tonight on Zoom. It's going to be an amazing, amazing time. As we wrap up, so I want to get one final. I wish this cannot end. One parting word from Dr. Wisdom Ezekiel. Hopefully, we'll try and bring him again. We have to bring him again. Hopefully, he's in the country when we do that. Sir, parting words to, let's talk to investors. Investors themselves.
So, our fellow investors, we are on a journey.
Yeah.
And when it comes to financial freedom, it's not really a destination, it's a journey. You are on that journey continuously. So you may not have money today, but you are on the journey of financial freedom. What it means is that one day you will get there. Many years ago, a particular friend of mine, late now, saw me. He saw the book that I was reading, and he said, "Wisdom, I have observed you over the years, that you read books like this, and I can tell you that your future is bright." He was a prophet. He prophesied to the future, but something gave him a reason to prophesy, which was the kind of information I was consuming. So when you start this kind of journey, one of the first things you need to do is to change your mentality, to open your mentality to opportunities. The second thing is to begin to get education. Read as much as you can read, listen to programs like this, go for seminars, get educated, get information. Then the next thing is to begin to act on your information, which is called action. Take action here and there. I believe in one concept. It is called pay yourself first. Every money you get, before you spend a dime, remove something for your future. It can be as small as anything. I think you should even start, I think you have an investment system that people can do, even if it's small. Just you cannot buy the house, you cannot buy the land, but you can begin to invest into real estate. It can be ownership of any form of those things. Let's start. Make that move. Take that step as little as you can. don't wait until when you have everything big, because sometimes that time will never come. If we waited until everything is perfect, we will never be able to do anything, because there can never be a perfect time.
Situation.
You know, since I've been growing up, I've never seen a better Nigeria.
Yeah.
It has been from fry pan to fire to
every
burner to
government
to phonics to whatever. Every government becomes worse. I don't know why. Maybe this one will get better. Maybe. But it's been like that. So it's not government that should change. It is you that should change. If you change, things will change for you, even if government has not changed. So I think that is what we should begin to do and take our actions, move our life to the next level, and God will help us.
Thank you, Dr.
Godwin,
Wisdom.
thank you very much for having me. I appreciate you.
You know, good to have people like, you know, that there are people who are radio and TV friendly. When they are with you, it gives you vibes. There are some that will come that will dull you. I want to be in the studio with you again.
Wow, thank you.
We will try to
They said I don't used to be very serious. I think that's the reason why. You don't want serious people in your studio.
No. What you, the impartation, you will not understand it.
It's a spiritual show.
Yes. As we are talking, I know the impartation. I mean, that's what it is. And for someone who flows with your ideas and the kind of, they call us conservative people. You know, you find friends who are in Lekki and whatever. They call you, please, can you just send me 200,000? What are you doing in that place?
They are trying to live up to the
What are you doing
to the
there?
fake life. You know, so as we wrap up, I want everyone to know that habits, like he said, is developing new habits, especially I hope that maybe one day our educational system can take investment education into every curriculum. You cannot just be studying medicine and not studying investment. You're not having investment knowledge in it. So habits is easy to form, difficult to let go. The word itself, habits, if you remove H, it's still a bit. It still makes sense. If you remove A, it's still bit. It still makes sense. If you remove B, it's still it. So if you have developed bad habits, it's difficult for you to let it go. So now start developing new habits that can help your financial future. I hope to see you guys at the Real Estate Expo. It's happening on the last Friday of the year, 27th of December. This show we are doing is counting down to that, and there will be opportunities galore. In fact, there will be opportunities for you to reserve the land cost or the price, the expo price. I mean, that's a major opportunity. So send your name and your numbers, your interest to the numbers that we have said, and we will get back to you. So I'll see you guys again next week. Friday, we'll be having Dr. Onadipupo Clement, who is coming to grace the studio also. Then afterwards, we'll be having Tokwe Makodige on the 20th. Then on the 27th, we'll now have the Real Estate Expo 2024. So I'll see you guys there.
And after that, we'll have you, who have been listening to Top Spot on Top Radio, to a party.
Oh, there's a party?
Yes, funded by Sam Orija.
I mean, cause that part.
I like to be there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll plan it.
We did our anniversary games in July.
That's your anniversary.
We'll play video for you.
Thank you so much. Is it a fantastic day? When you see people, movers and shakers of society of today, they are young people. You know, that's a statement of fact. You know, it's about time we took Nigeria, the destiny of this country, in our hands. Nobody's going to. I get angry when some of our, brothers and sisters who are staying outside of the nation, they'll be telling you what to do to change Nigeria, to make it better. You are far away. You don't know the reality here. The Italians were not stupid when they said when you're in Rome, you'll be like the Romans. It meant so much. That's a statement of fact. So learn that your little contribution in your area. I did a primary school football competition for my community. The local government chairman said, I should bring a budget, blah, blah. I said, budget? I said, this is my contribution to my community. It cost me millions. And I did it. I saw the kids who were so happy. You know what the local government, Babatunde, GS Babatunde, really agreed the local government. You know what he did? For the school that won, he gave them, I think, an upright, a generator, a library. He did it for all of them. It was impactful, at the end of the day. Something I brought up. I didn't collect 5 kobo. And I've also learned, this is a message to those listening to me. It is not everything you do that you collect money.
Yeah.
I do a lot of free things. Out of 10 things that I do, 9 of them might just be free. But I tell out of those 9, one of them will open doors for me later.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. There's a reason for everything. Even CSR is not free.
Yeah.
In case you do not know, there's always something that you give back. So whatever you do, it's not self first. Think about the larger society. And I tell you, at the end of the day, posterity will be speaking for you. My name is Godwin A. Nakana. Top Radio, 90.9 FM. We take you to the top. We don't leave you. We stay with you. That's what we do. It's not just about talking sports here.
Well, I'm actually an advocate of people enjoying their lives and their money. What I'm more particular about is that they make it sustainable, consistent, and permanent. Right, this holiday period is a perfect opportunity for you to enjoy yourself with family and friends as you gather around that pot of chicken, glasses of juice, discuss with your family members and your loved ones how you can make that enjoyment permanent. And that's why the Real Estate Expo that happens every last Friday of every year presents you the opportunity to buy assets that can make it sustainable. Lands, apartments, houses at the best of discounts and bonuses. 15 major real estate companies, 15 hours of solid sale on the last Friday of the year. Real Estate Expo 2024, the biggest Black Friday, is going to be a day of enjoyment for you and your loved ones. All you have to do is to register by following the instructions on the screen. I'll see you at the expo. Well, I'm actually an advocate of people enjoying their lives and their money. What I'm more particular about is that they make it sustainable, consistent, and permanent. Right, this holiday period is a perfect opportunity for you to enjoy yourself with family and friends as you gather around that pot of chicken, glasses of juice, discuss with your family members and your loved ones how you can make that enjoyment permanent. And that's why the Real Estate Expo that happens every last Friday of every year presents you the opportunity to buy assets that can make it sustainable. Lands, apartments, houses at the best of discounts and bonuses. 15 major real estate companies, 15 hours of solid sale on the last Friday of the year. Real Estate Expo 2024, the biggest Black Friday, is going to be a day of enjoyment for you and your loved ones. All you have to do is to register by following the instructions on the screen. I'll see you at the expo. Cheers.